What are you doing right now? It's your reality. Make it up. It's like dance.
Hi, welcome to the Jackie Jett Show in a continuing effort to be uplifting and entertaining to you, our viewers, our precious viewers. We're going to continue with this macabre little story of the Trocars. We've got Alex from Alex Can't Sleep is here. He's involved with the Dallas Trocars, and we've also got Larry with us today. Welcome, Larry. Larry is vice president of the Dallas Trocars. The Trocars, in a nutshell, is a group of a social club and a car club. They collect hearses, ambulances, and flower cars, I believe. Tell us about the Dallas Trocars, Mr. Larry, in that hat looking so fine.
The Dallas Trocars is a group of, like you said, hearse, ambulance, and flower car aficionados based in the Dallas area, though we do have membership outside of the state of Texas. And we collect, drive, and educate people about funeral cars and the funeral industry wherever we go.
Educate.
Yes.
Education is one of our primary goals on the Jackie Jett Show. We try our best to educate. Well, tell me, what kind of car do you have? Because we're going to be riding around in one of your cars today. What is it?
It's a 1961 Miller Meteor Landau end-loader with an extending table. That's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful. But you know what? There's nothing I love more than a mouthful. Let me ask you this, Alex. What kind of car do you?
Tape?
If they did. What kind of car do you have?
Presently, I've got two. I've got a 67 Cadillac by Miller Meteor, and then I've got a 56 Pontiac by Superior. But over the last 4 or 5 years, I've owned almost a dozen.
Right. If you were to come pick me up on a completely heterosexual day, which car would you come pick me up in?
You probably the 56.
That's the year that I was born.
Ah, see? There you go.
Not really. But anyway, do you consider yourself more social or more like a bunch of car nuts who get together talking about spark plugs? And
It kind of depends, really.
Yeah, I think we're a conglomeration of both. When we get together, when Alex and I get together, just to sit around and BS, we usually end up talking about hearses. When we go out to hearse meets, we end up talking about a lot of other things as well. So I don't think amongst us you could have one without the other.
Now, the BS you're talking about is Bible study?
Yeah.
Bible study? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Yeah. That's good. We'll stick with that one.
Is there an echelon type of thing, a hierarchy in the Trocars? If I have an ambulance and you have a cool hearse, are you above me, or am I?
Oh no. It's all.
You're all the same.
It's all the same. But it's already such a small, category of vehicular history, so to say. So.
And the people, do you know people with ambulances?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and is part of the appeal of an ambulance the siren?
I think, most of the ambulances that we refer to, we accept all comers, but the...
Did you get that on tape?
Do you accept all comers? Yeah. That's good to know.
But most of the ones that we refer to in the club are actually the ones based on automotive chassis like Cadillacs, Pontiacs, things like that. Previous to, I think it was 1976, most all ambulances were based on the same chassis as hearses. And then once the new regulations came in, it was mandated they have certain amount of headroom, so they had to move to the boxy chassis that you see nowadays.
Like even my two out there are also, they're what's called a combination. You can use a hearse or an ambulance. It actually has the seats that fold up out of the floor. So in a lot of cases, a hearse and ambulance really is kind of one and the same, you know, depending on the make and model of the vehicle.
Wow. Tell me this, do you, what are the demographics of the group? Would you say primarily men, women?
Actually, nationwide, it's pretty even between men and women. And the demographics, they cover everything. You've got people like myself. I'm a kind of a jack of all trades so far as business goes. I'm a father of two, all the way up to one of our members is an architect.
Wow.
And lives in a home I'll never afford.
Yeah, I mean, you find a lot of women who own hearses. About 30% of hearse ownership is female. You find a lot of gay men who own hearses.
Right.
About 40% of men you run into.
I've never met any gay men.
Ever?
Never.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I'd like to
you
get to know
find,
some.
professional funeral directors, goth kids, guys in bands. You don't really find one type of hearse person per se.
Are you guys, I bet you're really popular at Halloween, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Incredibly so.
I bet your phone starts ringing around Halloween saying, hey, can you do... Well, I mean, what are some of the fun things you can do in a hearse other than die?
Get that on tape?
I don't think some of those can be mentioned here, but
Oh.
I actually sleep in mine when I go to Renaissance fairs and things like that out of town. Alex likes to call me a dirty Rennie.
A dirty Rennie or a big comer.
Yeah,
Either or.
you can
Yep.
say that. But quite honestly, you can. Alex and I hire our coaches out with a company that we call Grave Occasions. People actually pay us to come do 40th, 50th birthday parties, retirements, things like that. So we have a lot of fun with it. We make some money, and the car is a benefit all the way around.
Yeah.
Unless it comes time to fixing them.
And if you want to get in touch with these guys, you can do so at www.
Let's see, alexcan'tsleep.com.
Alex
There's
Can't
links on there to the Dallas
Right.
Trocars and to Grave Occasions on there as well.
Or you can check us out at www.jankyjet.com. I would like to ask you guys to do this with me today because I recently took an acting class, and I want you guys to go through some of these emotions with me. I want to see Alex and Larry. The first emotion we're going to do, and look right at the camera, is happy. Okay? Ready? This is Alex, Jack, and Larry happy. Okay? That was good. Now, let's do Alex, Larry, and Jack sad. And now, let's do Alex, Jack, and Larry mad. That was very good. I want to thank you, studs, for joining us today on the Jackie Jett Show. We have thoroughly enjoyed it. I think the message that we're going to come away with today is that you, our viewers, do not have to be dead in order to ride in a hearse or hearses, if you so choose. You can be very much a part of the living and get in the back of a hearse. And I think what our friend Larry insinuated a little earlier is that if you so choose, you might even want to have SEX in the back of a HEARSE. That's entirely up to you. Whatever melts your butter floats your boat. I'm Jackie Jett. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When I die, if I come back from the dead, I'll return as a partially cooked artichoke heart.
What do you guys do for Halloween anyway?
In the preseason, we'll usually take the cars. Well, yeah, you got to understand, Halloween with us starts right around July and goes all the way until like November 5th, November 6th.
Right.
We'll hit haunted houses. We'll do processions to haunted houses. Sometimes have the media out there and whatnot. And then me and one of the other Trocar guys do a haunted house every year.
Well, do you? I mean, if someone wanted to. I assume you have some kind of business where if people wanted to take a ride in a hearse and while they were living, that they can do that as well as when they're dead. Right?
Yeah. Larry and I do that. We call that grave occasions.
Grave occasions.
Yes.
So I would like to just give this little public service announcement for our viewers that thanks to people like Alex Lohman, you don't have to be dead to ride in a hearse. It's something that you can do while you're currently living. So don't wait until the last minute to get into that hearse when you can do it today. Now, Alex, Chris Renzel, our director, brought up this brilliant POV, and that is, how do you feel about cremations?
Personally, I want to be buried, but I don't have any qualms about cremation.
Was this your wedding picture?
No, actually, that was taken relatively recently. That was right before I cut most of the mohawk off. A friend of ours was working at a photo studio, and right before she quit, she took care of these for us.
That's his beautiful wife, Jennifer, there.
That's Jennifer. In fact, I think they're... Oh, there's a couple other pictures floating around.
And the door, tell me about the door here.
The door was actually a gift from a contractor friend. My old door, I had locked myself out and tried to kick it in and kicked a big hole in the bottom. As you can see, I've done that here a time or two also. But the door didn't really match the house. It was bright white in contrast to the beige. So in the interest of making it not so ugly, I used bingo daubers. And just started working my way around, and it just kind of evolved into this.
I do some bingo daubing art myself. I have multiple daubing, and I've done some of my greatest. I actually combine bingo daubers on baby dolls, and that works. What is the room you call this now?
We call this the stateroom. Used to be the dining room.
Right.
Since we don't actually, eat any food in the house, we just pretty much use it to display caskets in.
But this is a fine-looking casket.
This is actually one of the cheaper steel caskets you can get. I actually bought this before I was in the business. I drove all the way down to Austin, Texas to pick this up from one of the first independent casket retailers we had.
And about what would something like this go for?
One like this, depending on who you go to, would run anywhere between $500 and $700 in that general area.
Right. Now, if I were coming in and looking for a casket for myself, could I lay in it?
We've actually had people request that, yeah.
Yeah, to see how comfortable.
Yeah, one woman didn't believe that it was actually wide enough to accommodate her butt.
Oh, I know. That reminds me. It's another question I've always wondered about. How do you coffins for the heavy set cost more?
Yes. Yeah.
Twice as much?
No. A coffin that would normally be right around $1,500 or so. Mm-hmm. Once you get into like the 2 or 3X version of it, you're right around the $2,200 range. Here again, depending on what model you get, it's probably about between 35 and 50% increase, depending on material and whatnot.
Are there casket companies that primarily deal in like a big girl shop or a big and tall man shop? Is there such a thing in the coffin?
Not really.
Yeah. Everybody has.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
They're usually a special order
really,
kind of thing.
really big, like that person that had to be craned out of his house.
Oh, yeah.
They probably, what do you think?
Probably have to just call a carpenter and have something built, I would assume.
Like a whole,
like
build a
that,
whole house.
Like that Guinness guy who had to be buried in a piano box. This is about the bottom of the line steel casket that you can get. Like I said, this is the one I was telling you about. Runs right around, $400 or $500 or so. They're actually a little bigger on inside than they look. This is a standard 80 by 26.
Mm-hmm. Now, can you tell me this? Can you tell me the significance of it being in your dining room?
Mainly because we didn't have anything else to put in here. We don't really cook or eat at home.
Never.
And very, very seldom. Every now and then, you might catch us cooking something. But
For some reason, you struck me as the type that would throw these extravagant dinner parties. I don't know why. You just kind of have that.
I'll go to an extravagant dinner party.
You kind of have that extravagant dinner
I like
party
to eat.
kind of air about you. Is there any significance with regards to this being underneath the Lost Boys poster?
My sister-in-law actually gave that to me. That was her favorite movie, and she had it framed and paid a ridiculous amount of money for it. And I wanted to put it somewhere safe, so I figured if it was...
Who is
up
him?
and-
Who is he?
That was Michael in the movie. I don't know what his real name is.
You don't know
Then,
either.
of course, we had one of the Sutherland fellas there.
You have a tattoo that is also on your front door. Now,
Yes.
I've never met anyone who has a tattoo that matches their front door. So you're
Well,
the
you'll
only
see
one.
it on a lot of things.
And who is
That's my band insignia. His name is Eric, which if you ever actually read the original Phantom of the Opera,
Right.
Eric was actually the Phantom's first name. And
Oh,
the
I
stars
never
represent
knew
the
that.
music of the night. No matter where he is, it's always nighttime, wherever Eric's at.
That's what I love about our show. It's always an education. Who knew that the Phantom of the Opera's first name was Eric? Is that
Eric,
right,
yeah.
you just
Yeah,
said?
Gaston LaRue had to give him a name and came up with Eric.
Well, let's go for a ride. What cars are we going to go in today?
Today we're going to be in a 61 Miller Meteor and a 67 Miller Meteor, and if we need the room, a 56 Superior.
56 Superior. So let's go for a ride in the Hearses.
All right, we're ready to rock and roll whenever you are. All right, here we go. 1959 Cadillac Hearse! The car is coming, black as ink and dark as night. The car's arriving with its big black fins and red headlights. The doors are open, motion gently, ladies first. You're going for a ride in a 1959 Cadillac Hearse! Hey, 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 hey! 1959 Cadillac Hearse! I'm going with you. Queen of corpses needs a king. We'll stop by the mortuary for a cold one, if you know what I mean. We're moving forward, cause this car's got no reverse. You're going for a ride in a 1959 Cadillac Hearse! Hey, 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 hey! 1959 Cadillac Hearse! Go! gently, ladies first. You're going for a run. And a 1959 Cadillac Hearse.
You know, I'm here with Bridella. Bridella just recently lost her husband. Has been very, very down and depressed, and I've been trying to cheer her up. I got Reverend Bob to come see you, didn't I? And Reverend Bob couldn't even cheer you up. But people have been saying to her, "You got to eat. You really need to eat," but she won't do it. She's just down. People have suggested Zoloft, perhaps. But no, she says no. Would you believe that at one time, this woman weighed 635 pounds? And that was just a few weeks ago. But the death of her husband has been so overwhelming that she just sits and sits and sits all day long. So I think the message to learn from this is, if your husband kicks the bucket, just let it go. Just let it go, or you're going to end up like her. Thank you for sharing your story with us today.